Alright people, welcome back to TV or dayofdefeattv, as you probably knew it before. Tonight we're gonna be casting the Penetration Cup, whatever night cup really. And tonight is only going to be myself on the casting, because if some of you weren't here like a few minutes ago, I just got told about this cup, 45 minutes ago or something like that, and my usual co-caster, who's Shaggy, as you probably all know, is gonna play in this first match that we're gonna cast first, which is Druids versus Chaotech. And about this match, Druids is, as we all probably know already, consisting of all the Danes, namely some of the Danes from Copyright, Sadism and AzZa, and as far as I know, Steiner's in it as well. And Chaotech, I'm not really, personally don't know about much about Chaotech. And I haven't been able to get a hold of the players for any interviews in this short notice, so I apologize for that. But trust me, we will be getting players, well, I will be getting players for interviews for the final itself. Yeah, there isn't really much to say previously. I was not gonna host a pre-show because there wasn't really a need for it. I thought personally. Which when by given time, I had like half an hour to get this show on the road, so I figured we might just as well get it going. Um, and in any case, if Druids, of course, I don't hope Druids is gonna lose their first match, but my co-caster is part of the Druids roster. Shaggy, as you'll probably all know, he was here a few months ago when I casted last. And if he ends up losing, I will be hopefully be getting him to co-cast with me. But for this first match, you'll be sticking with old AzZa here, which hopefully, well, I'm hoping you're all right with that. So today we'll be seeing in the round of one, we'll be seeing first of all Enro against PDEG IC. I think that's the better PDEG. The Wombat squad is their best one, I think. Personally, I think Enro should take this one. They seem like a very experienced bunch of players. But then again, I've been away from the scene for a little bit, so, I mean, anything could have happened. And I still need to do some catching up on the scene itself. The second match, we're going to be seeing New Breed against Malik. And as far as I know, as far as StarCraft 2 concerns, New Breed has a very good StarCraft 2 roster. Hit us up and all you other guys. But I'm not sure who these teams are really. I can only comment on them once they start joining the server because I have had so little time to prepare this. Of course, if I had known today that I would be streaming this Night Cup tonight, I would of course have done more preparation on, you know, the players in the specific teams and so on. So I can't really put predict who's gonna win between New Breed and Malik. Oh, we see here actually Peter Wombats are actually going to play against Visualize Your Enmity, or Dragon Slayers of Doom, as I like to call them. In this case, I think PDEC against Visualize Your Enmity is going to be a very, very interesting match, because I know that the Wombat squad is a squad that has been rising up from their slump, so to speak, a lot, and they've been showing their mettle these days. But then again, Visualize Your Enmity with players like Peter and Rich and who else am I forgetting? K-Force, of course, just recently came back from Dots and started playing for MDT again. I think Visualize should be able to take this match just by pure experience. And of course, in this first match that we're gonna be casting, we have Druids against Chaotech. And if my memory does not fail me completely, Druids is gonna be playing with Sadism, AzZa, as far as I know, Buckcave, Shaggy. Who there are other lights? Random is on the light as well. And the sixth one, that's probably either Des or... yeah, it's probably Des. Against Chaotech, which I really have no idea about who they are. We just have to see. There might be some players that I recognize when we get into the game. And for the fifth match in this round one, on NCO, we have POD against Phoenix Gaming. Now, Phoenix have really been showing their mettle recently. They qualified for the Premier Divisions. In my opinion, nobody really saw that coming. So one of those French teams who are really starting to show what they're capable of doing. With players such as Vinny on it, one of my personal friends, and SNP I know as well is a good player. But going up against POD, I'm not sure. POD is a very experienced old team too. They're the old Maya Terra back in the old days of Dots. So we'll just have to see what happens in that match too. Then we have Banhammer against Draken. Draken, one of the newer teams as well, consisting of players such as Tickle and Rika, I think, and what's his name again? I forget his name. Kiwi, of course. Yeah, Rick is part of Draken as well. And Banhammer, I'm not sure either. It's probably some kind of mixed team. It wouldn't surprise me. It's kind of a random name. And the two last matches are going to begin. The Pensa, who's going to get a bio, I think. Yeah? He's going to get the bio, so they go through directly to the round 2. And then we have Guns, Georgian Guns G3. No clue who these guys are. We'll just have to see if they can step up against Finnish Entropy. Seems like I have some catching up to do with players and teams. Hopefully we'll be getting that tonight. But yeah, welcome everybody to the restart of dayofdefeattv. For now, I'm on the server in the Source TV, but there's not really any point on going into the game now, because we're just waiting for the various players to join. Druids have 4 players in now. Chaotic have a guy called Kazin, I think. I think I have this guy in my friends list, but I'm not sure who he is. Right, so we just have to sit and wait for the whole thing to start. And hopefully, as I said before, this is going to be a trial and error kind of stream tonight, because I'm in my new apartment, as I told you all of you before in my last cast a few months ago. I was going to move and the stream was going to be down for a little bit, and it turned out when I moved into my apartment the internet was really unstable. If I were going to stream with that kind of internet, it would be very choppy, and it would cause for really long delays. But recently it seems like it's been more stable, and we're going to give it a try tonight, see how it goes. So 5 players are on for Druids. Actually, we might as well just jump into the game already. There's 2 minutes to start. As soon as I finish this real quick. Connecting to the Source TV. And we'll be switching camera to dayofdefeatt Source. Thank you, Tippa. So, yeah, for viewers tonight, we have currently 29. That's pretty good. Given the fact that it's only a night cup. First round, too. I have no sound on for some reason. That should do it. As you probably can see, I still need to do some tweaking in my HUD and so on. But again, I didn't have any preparation time, again, for this night cup. I could probably say this over and over again. But yeah, there you have it. So far for Chaotech, we have Mazin. Maz, the old casket player. Very good all-arounded rifle, who's really begun to become really better, in my opinion at least, of what I've seen. And we have Mikas. I believe Mikas was part of My Revenge Finnish squad back in the day. I think he's a heavy for them. A very solid heavy too. On the Druids team, we say, oh yeah, of course, Dokken. How could I forget Dokken? So it seems like tonight's lineup is gonna, for Druids at least, is gonna be Sadism, who is named Cowtech, and Random, Shaggy on the laptop. Oh yeah, Shaggy is at Sadism's place right now. Dokken and Buckcave, and the last player we'll just have to see. AzZa, are you gonna play tonight? Because you might just be the last player. Ah, we have Chucky here as well from Chaotech. Chuck was part of, well, back in the day, there was a team called Chuck, I believe. I think Chucky was part of that team, and I remember I had a big grudge for him back then. So yeah, he must be good. I know he's English, British. And Nas, I'm not sure who that is. Seems to be a rifleman. And the last player for, no, the fifth player for Chaotech is going to be Tink. Not sure either who that is. Hopefully, just, you know, it's been so long since I've been playing Dots, well, just competitively. I've been on and off for a month or so. Just you know, there's new players coming into the community. Love to see that, you know? Dots growing. So we're just waiting for players to join here? Five for each team. If you can hear just kind of random rustling in the background, it's just me switching around with headsets and stuff like that. I still have a lot of tweaking to do, but that can wait till later. And there we are. AzZa is indeed going to be the last player, so on nights for Druids we'll be having random Buck Cave and... or what? Random is probably going to play heavy, because I distinctly remember random Sadism Buck Cave, and AzZa was going to pick up the lights while Duckhan is going to play the sniper. But apparently not. And for Chaotech, so far we have Maz, Nas, Maz and Nas. That's gonna be a tongue twister right there. I just know it. And Tink. Whereas Nas and Tink I have not seen much from before, so this will be their time to show their mettle and so what they're made of. And we have Mikas and Chucky on their heavies, so I have yet to see who their sniper is. So about the map Anzio, it's usually a map that's very Axis favored, and in Druid's case, I remember Copyright at least. We know that ASAP and Sadism, and I don't know if Duckhan was, but Sadism and ASAP, they have been part of Copyright, and I remember they've been very, very skilled on Anzio just because of their tactical way of playing the game. And Anzio is one of those maps that's really, really hard to play as a team, because there's so many choke points and so many ways to push. And you know, you have to time the pushes on the flanks, like when you push from the bridge you have to cover plaza and etc. You just have to, you know, you have to do that on Anzio. So I think Druids will have, just because of the experience of the players on Druids team, they will have a quite, well, not easy time, but they will have a pretty solid time on Anzio. But then again, as I was talking about, favoring on Anzio, usually Anzio is favoring Axis, just because Axis gets out on the bridge first, and then it's just kind of a battle about Plaza between Allies and Axis, because they're kind of on Plaza at the same time. Sometimes you can sneak an Axis heavy out of the double windows really fast before the sniper can pick him off into Church. But Allies is technically on Plaza first, but it's not always that easy to cap. So we're just gonna have to see what Druids have up their sleeves. What do you mean, Nuger? These nice things in a private eye, you're referring to the stream? If so, yeah, I agree. And also, after this match, I'm gonna be reviewing just real quick between